After the Revolution, the United States government found itself selling large tracts of western lands to investors in order to pay off its war debts. One of the largest land investors then was Robert Morris, who was a signer of the Declaration of Independence and who became known as the financier of the American Revolution. Among his purchases was this 3.3 million acre tract that today is western New York State. Unfortunately, Robert Morris came into hard times, and in 1797 he sold this holding to a group of Dutch bankers known as the Holland Land Company. Francisca Saffron, now retired from SUNY Fredonia, is a published expert on the history of the Holland Land Company. Listen as she describes the difficulties faced by the company's resident agent Joseph Ellicott in trying to get cash payments for land.
Joseph Ellicott quickly discovered that the settlers often don't even have money to make the down payment, which was supposed to be 10%. Even $10 would hold the land because he knew that he needed people settling. The more settlers, the more would come. And the more settlers are buying and improving the land, the higher the prices he can get. So they decided that the settlers can pay in kind. Of course, the pearl ash from the burning of the trees was popular. They were allowed to take it to a store and get credit for it. They decided to collect the cattle. Yes, but what would they do with it? They had to drive them to the Philadelphia market through the mountains, not enough food for the cattle. The only shipping possibility that Western New York had at that time was via the Lake, Ontario, to the Montreal markets. And at that time, Montreal markets and the Canadian markets were not really strong enough, certainly not for Western New Yorkers, you know.
Then one day the news came from Albany that they were going to dig a canal all the way across New York State.
He supported it right away. He also hoped that once the canal is built, not only the land around the canal will rise in value and therefore he can charge more of them. In fact, very early on, he raised the prices for the $1, $1.25, $1.50 in that area. But also there will be more settlers coming in.
Joseph Ellicott, who was named a canal commissioner in 1816, was nearing the end of his career then. The southern canal route across this region that he proposed was not accepted, and he retired from both the commission and from the Holland Land Company shortly afterward. The Holland Land Company had been selling its land here since 1798, and thanks in no small part to the completion of the Erie Canal in 1825, it finally completed those sales by 1840.